Welcome to Premier League Piss Take, the greatest show on planet Earth. We're allowed to say that now.
Yep.
Because, you know.
It's confirmed. Earth.
Confirmed.
We weren't sure for a bit.
On the globe. We're allowed to say it. I got the co-signs from everybody. And yeah, this is it. PL Piss Take. We are back. This is the relegation edition. And of course, we will be discussing what happened this weekend. So much went down. This weekend, none of the big boys won. Spurs dropped points. Liverpool dropped points. Chelsea dropped points. And the most boringest. Is that a word?
Boringest.
Boringest.
The one you're thinking of, yeah.
Boringest Manchester derby of all time. Like, even getting twatted by Sean Golter and co. was better than that shit on the weekend.
It was pretty rough, wasn't it? Pretty boring.
That for starters.
We'll get into that.
We've also got Arsenal, who not only dropped points, but lost.
Mate.
Got closer to relegation.
Hey, guess what, mate? Yes! They got to keep him now. He's the best part of my week watching Arsenal lose. Arteta in. These are for sale. I mean, anywhere that sells a T-shirt and
I mean,
Sharpies.
thanks to Troops for the T-shirts.
Cheers, lads.
Got us through the time.
All you have to do, get yourself a white T-shirt, get yourself a Sharpie. 5 minutes later, you've got yourself your very own Arteta In T-shirt.
That's official merch, bruv.
Yeah, it's official merch.
It will be available soon, so make sure you're keeping your eyes peeled.
It's fantastic. It gives me life.
Arteta In. I haven't got my hands on one of them yet.
Well, you took the piss out of it when you saw mine. We'll worry about that later.
Anyway, we'll be moving on because today we have got loads coming up. Arsenal chat and, of course, the greatest competition, game show, quiz show in the world. And Joe will be playing again to get one step closer to managing Arsenal in better than Arteta. So make sure you're keeping it locked for that at the end of the show. But first up, let's start with Super Sunday. And what a great day it was.
It was pretty super,
for
wasn't
hashtag 21 is coming.
21 is coming. We know that for a fact. Spurs drew to Crystal Palace. Liverpool drew to Fulham. And who lost? It was on Saturday, but Chelsea lost as well. Everyone above us lost, pretty much, except Leicester, but we don't worry about them because they ain't going to do it again, surely. Liverpool drawing. No one saw that coming. Spurs drawing. No one saw that coming. 21, however, is coming. And it does seem as though United have actually got a chance to go, you know what, we're going to be in with a shout at the start of January. Let's see how February looks. Let's see how March looks. Honestly, what reason is there to think that we haven't got a title charge coming here? Honestly. Don't say facts. Don't say the truth. No. Be blindly optimistic like me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah?
I founded the hashtag 21 is coming. Just letting y'all know.
Okay.
But we have dropped an awful lot of points at home, Joe.
No, we haven't. What you're looking at is the drop points. What I'm ignoring is also the drop points. I pretend they never happened.
I'm looking at the game
There's
points.
no alternative stats here. I just pretend them stats don't exist. It's as simple as that. Because I can't go, oh yeah, we got a point against Chelsea at home. That doesn't fill me with much confidence. But what does fill me with confidence, pretending the Arsenal game didn't happen, pretending the Chelsea game didn't happen, pretending the Crystal Palace game didn't
That's
even happen.
like Trump, right? He just pretends most of the election didn't happen.
Didn't happen. Not is there an alternative that's better? What you think happened didn't. Jose's Tottenham Hotspur looked like they were going to be powering through to the top of the table, but apparently they can't win games unless they sit back against better teams than them, have 20% possession and score on the counter-attack. They drew with Crystal Palace. Jeffrey Schlupp.
Well, that's where I think
tapped it in anyway.
Jose and this Spurs side will be let down. Is if, look, they went 1-0 up against Palace, held on to it.
Yeah.
I know Liverpool lost points this weekend. But you don't see Liverpool losing as many points as that. You know, for those reasons. You know, going 1-0 up, sitting on it. I just can't see that happening. Now, it was, you know, a deserved equaliser, some might say, for Crystal Palace. And it was arguably a good point for Spurs when you look at the Liverpool result later on in the day. But
do you know something?
One of the reasons why they won't be doing it.
As soon as I started watching that game, I thought Crystal Palace are up for this. And do you know how I knew? Check this out. Play it. Go on, lad. Do him, Christian. Take the knee. Nah, fuck it, spin him. Oh, for fuck's sake, Christian. You've been doing this for about 12 games now. What I like is the little sheepish run back to the halfway line and back down. You're like, come on, mate. What are you doing spins as well, like it's rugby union or something? Spinning through him. I love that. Do you think...
What I love is when he eventually takes the knee, he's further in Spurs' half than Heung-min Son.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is
Do you think that Heung-min Son was like, no, we've got to do the knee? Or he was like, nah, I'm
No,
stopping you
because you
scoring.
know when someone's wrong and they're so confident in being wrong, which Benteke was there because he just dropped the shoulder, span. I've never seen him do as much.
If Son hadn't have stopped him there, he'd have been running into the Spurs box like, yes, I'm open, and look at them all, they're not even playing.
It would have been like George in the Jungle, you know, when he's swinging into a tree. It would have just been that. Everyone knows what's coming apart from him. But yeah, it's like when someone's so wrong, you think they're right because they're so confident. And I think that's, Son probably thought, nah, there's no need today. Shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no need
I didn't get that memo. But yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, they're getting a point here. Because if you're willing to do that, they're going to go through anything to get this point. I thought, yeah.
And Roy Hodgson's
honest
side
mistake,
are
but very funny.
battling it as well.
Yeah.
They've done really well so far this season, I think.
Yeah, they have.
And fair play to Roy Hodgson.
That's Gaeta there. Look at this. Got to say it, mate.
That was from the Dyer free kick, right?
Yeah, great
And
save.
it wasn't it was by Eric Dyer.
He's so excited. Look how excited he said it. Yes!
After the mistake he made for Kane.
That was in the 93rd minute as well. Let's move on then. Fulham versus Liverpool. Speaking of teams that ain't never going to win the league, Liverpool. They drew with Fulham. And that first half, did you watch that game? That first half, Fulham battered them. They should have got a penalty. Fabinho, let's get a picture of that. Look at the foul.
That was a penalty.
That's a penalty.
You just reminded me that was a penalty.
Yeah.
How? And you know what? Does my not in, yeah?
Carragher.
Saying, oh, never a penalty.
Never a penalty.
Never a penalty. He didn't get...
He kicked his foot into the ball. That's why the ball moved.
It's like if
he
that
booted his
pole's
foot
there,
into it.
that pole's there,
Yeah.
and I'd go like that, through your face, into the pole,
yeah.
and I hit the pole, and I say, yeah, I just got the pole.
Yeah, exactly. Ridiculous. That should have been a penalty. They should have been further down. They had loads of chances, Fulham, as well. Loads of balls playing across the box. They were really good in that first half. Second half sat back, but they definitely deserved a point. I think they probably deserved to win that. And Mo Salah's penalty was shit and all. That shouldn't have gone in. But it did.
You sound a bit bitter there, Joe.
What?
You sound a bit bitter.
I'm not bitter. Look at this. Mo Salah here.
What's that from?
He's doing a little dive, mate. Whilst everyone's going to drop points to lower league sides at some point, or sides lower in the league, I still think we've got to celebrate.
And you
2
mentioned
points drop for
Spurs, who
Liverpool.
they've dropped points against. Liverpool have dropped points against Brighton, 1-1.
Villa, obviously
Villa.
got an absolute pasting.
Fulham. So, you know, it's going to be one of those crazy seasons, and that's why I'll say it again. 21 is coming.
21 is coming. Speaking of 21 is coming, the derby.
The dad is coming. Oh, God.
That was rough, wasn't it? That was rough. God. But looking back, 0-0, of course, for anyone who didn't watch it or hasn't checked the news. I'm sure you all know. Looking back, is that result actually a little bit better than it felt at the time? It was boring. Nothing happened. United sat back. We had about 4% possession. But City didn't really look like scoring. United had a couple half chances. And actually, a draw against Man City, a point that's kept us above them and that's kept us in this hunt with game points on Chelsea. We're on the same points as we were behind Tottenham and Liverpool now. If we win our game in hand, which is against Burnley, we'll be 2 points off the top. And that's not to mention, Liverpool and Spurs play each other on Thursday or Wednesday.
Yes,
so one of them, if not both of them, is dropping points.
That is all true, but also when you think of the poor home form, if we could have just had one win in that game. And look, we've had 1 out of 6 we've won at home in the league.
Not bothered.
Imagine if we just won one more game. Like, United winning 3 out of 6 home games isn't a stretch.
No.
If we did, we'd be sitting top of the league with a game in hand.
Pretty.
Sitting pretty, bruv. Shitting pretty, sitting pretty.
Shitting against Pretty City as well.
Pretty City. They were nothing good, were they? Pretty.
No, they were shy.
Pretty. They weren't great.
Another bit of optimism to take from that game. I would say defensively that is as good as United have looked this season. I thought McTominay was pretty good as well.
McTominay did well as well. Yeah, you're right there. In terms of he kept it really simple. Got the ball, released the ball, got the ball, released the ball. Was breaking things up as well, which I like to see. So that was good. But there were 2 things that happened after the final whistle, which got a lot of the talking points. The first thing was Harry Maguire, John Stones, engaging in a bit of love.
I'm not bothered by that, do you care?
I am.
Oh yeah, why?
I am. I felt like your dad, but I feel bothered by it.
You are a bit 50s dad if you're getting annoyed.
You know why I'm bothered by it? Because of the result more than anything. Like, and look, those 2 are very good friends, yeah. I get it.
And they both just got a clean sheet?
But do it in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Do it in the changing rooms. Do it after you've had a shower.
Do it in your bedroom.
Like, do it on the bus. Go to each other's yard and hug like that. Like, you don't need to be doing it in that 2 minutes between leaving a pitch.
Big smiley hug.
Look, it's not the reason why we drew. And Harry Maguire was actually pretty good in the game. So it's not because of his performance or anything like that. Just from your captain. When we're, no. Remember when Gary Neville wouldn't even look in Peter Schmeichel's eyes? And them two won the treble together?
Yeah, that's funny though, isn't it? But yeah, you're right. I don't love it. I'm not being like, oh, go and hug everyone and smile, happy hug time. But I just think, let's move on. The friends.
Happy hug time.
Happy hug
that
time.
Barney?
It was a bit Barney, wasn't it, at the end of that? Let's talk about Paul Pogba's post after the game as well. Try saying that 5 times fast. I've always fought and will fight for Man United. My teammates and the fans. Blah, blah is not important. Don't know who that is. That's the... Oh my God, they're shutting us down for making great videos. The future is far. Today is what matters. And I'm 1000% involved. Always stronger together. All has been clear between the club and myself, and that will never change. When you don't know what's going on inside, don't talk. Well, I tell you who did talk.
Don't speak. He also said hashtag speak the truth or remain silent. Hashtag United and hashtag
speak the truth or remain silent.
Talk to the hand.
It was your agent who spoke, mate.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he's here. I'm glad that he's trying hard, but I still think the damage is done long term in terms of him staying at United. But he played well against City. I'm not going to knock that. If he keeps playing well, he should keep getting picked until he leaves.
My thoughts on this, I thought it was quite embarrassing that Manchester United had quote tweeted it with love hearts and all this stuff. Like,
cheers,
I thought that was a little bit weird. Look, I want Paul Pogba to be a Manchester United player and be a success. After what his agent has said, I think it's quite clear that his future probably lies elsewhere. In fact, 90% lies elsewhere. Yeah. All I want him to do while he's here between now and the summer, because I doubt he'll leave in January, get your head down, work hard. And who knows, try and help us fucking win a trophy or two. Do you know what I mean? Go out with a little bit of a bang.
Winners the Premier League, winners the Europa League, winners the FA Cup and the Carabao.
I think these comments were a response to Build's story. Mino Raiola also tweeted that, Build were fake news. So I think this was a response to Build's story that Paul Pogba was prepared to sack his agent if he wouldn't get him a move from Old Trafford, and that he was prepared to do everything to force a move, because that presents a very, a pretty bad picture, doesn't it? If that was true. So I think he stood out to that rather than what his agent said, which is why, look, get your head down, work hard, leave it in the summer.
Sheffield United, Southampton then. Southampton sweeping Sheffield United to one side.
This is the one game I didn't watch this
1 point
weekend.
after 11 games. Let's just talk, you don't matter if you watched it, let's talk a little bit about Hasenhüttl. Got drubbed 9-0 last season. Now he's in. They're 4th in the table this season. United beat him, which I think is a good, underrated result, actually. Obviously, Cavani. Actually. But Hasenhüttl looked like he was holding back the tears after beating Sheffield United.
I've heard a little bit of a dicky bird.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, listen to
sorry.
this. Southampton fans might be crying too, holding back them tears.
Why?
Dortmund's boss got sacked.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Can you leave a team that didn't sack you when you lost 9-0?
Yes. You leave him and you go, bye-bye, like Mickey Mouse, and fuck right off. Bye-bye.
I know we lost 9-0. You stood by me and all that stuff.
That's why he's crying. Look at this video. Tears, tears, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
I like that.
There he goes.
I like that.
Oh, on the chin.
I like that.
Fuck. Such a beautiful win against a team with 1 point. That's because he knows he's leaving. He's going to Dortmund. He deserves it. God bless him. He's a good manager. But you know what? Loyalty only seems to come from the bottom up. The managers, the owners, the board don't have any loyalty to players. They don't have any loyalty to managers. And they expect, and the fans expect the same from the other way around. And I think for him, it would be nice if he stayed for the Southampton fans. But if he had, losing 9-0 is bad. And it required a little bit of loyalty. But he's a good manager who bounced back very quickly from that. If he had a bad season or 2 bad seasons, do you think they're going to stick with him?
No.
People expect so much loyalty from players and managers and then never give it back. So if I'm him, cry, goodbye, see you in Germany. It's the most wonderful time of the week.
Where Arsenal fans crying and
everyone's dying. Arteta in. It's the most wonderful time of the week. Play the intro, bitch.
It's the most wonderful time of the week then, Joe.
It is, mate.
It's the Farsenal of the week, or the weekly farce, or whatever we call it these days. You've got your T-shirt, looking proper smart, and guess what?
Go on.
Troops, Marstall, the Go
on, lad! He's got it! He's got it! Yes! Arteta in. They lost to Burnley. They can't get a point, mate. This is the Arsenal of the week, the farce of the week, relegation edition. Woke up this morning, Mckola and Arteta was still trending. If you didn't think there was a meltdown,
mate,
there is.
These T-shirts are going to fly, aren't they?
How good is these? Yeah, and again, all you have to do to get one, go to a shop near you, buy a white T-shirt, buy a Sharpie, write Arteta in on it, and you've got your own Arteta in T-shirt. Arsenal still have not won in the Premier League since this show started, and the depths they are falling to are lower and lower and lower. They lost to Burnley, 1-0, pathetic, rubbish,
well,
Arsenal.
We here told everyone last week that Sean Dyche was better than Arteta.
Yes.
So if they didn't have their money on it,
play the clip.
Sean Dyche, better than Arteta.
Is that more?
Remember, if you get this one right, you definitely win £100.
You definitely win one season managing Arsenal. Can you give me the question again, please?
Sean Dyche, is he better than Arteta? Yes or no?
Can you use Sean Dyche in a sentence, please?
Sean Dyche is better than Arteta.
Adam, I'm going to say that he's better than Arteta.
What are you doing?
Ridiculous. Aubameyang got his first goal from open play since September the 12th, if I'm not mistaken. And a beautiful goal it was. Well done, Aubameyang. Yeah, one thing to look forward to. At least Aubameyang's back in the goals.
He is. And I know everything feels doom and gloom with Arsenal fans at the moment.
Sorry, what? Own goal?
What?
Own goal. Oh, for fuck, he was an own goal, mate. Unlucky. Sorry.
Who's in your ear?
Martin Tyler.
Okay, fair enough.
And it's live. I know it's fucking live, mate. For God's sake. Right, go on.
One thing about Arsenal fans, and I know it's all bad, you got, people losing their heads.
Head's gone.
People, so angry that they ask if they can throw chairs.
Can I dash this chair, please? In. Let me dash this chair outside and I'll pay for whatever I break.
No, you don't.
Can I throw a chair, please?
I'm so angry! Can I throw this at you?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So, obviously, things aren't going well for them at the minute. But I have listed some positives for them. Because you know me.
Yes.
I'm a man.
You're an optimist.
I like to be optimistic. I like to spread love. And I know, Arsenal fans, you hate me. But I've got some positives for you here. So that you might feel a little bit better about yourself.
This is an olive branch to Arsenal
It's
fans.
an olive branch. Now, we know Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has scored more goals for opposition teams than he has for Arsenal at the Emirates this season. But, Arsenal fans, these are the positives.
Go on.
You're great to watch.
Yeah.
I love watching Arsenal.
Yeah, I love it. It's
You
great.
love it?
It's
I
really
love
great
it.
to watch, yeah. I mean, I'm sure that Arsenal fans don't like watching
No,
it.
they do.
But
It's
for most of
entertaining.
it,
It's
for most
entertaining.
football fans, they're great to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Really good.
Aubameyang scored his first goal from open play, as you said, in the Premier League since 12th of September. Opening
take
day of the
that.
campaign against Fulham.
You've got to take that as a positive, lads.
Talking about Fulham, Arsenal beat Fulham. Liverpool drew with Fulham.
See? You're
That
better than
means-
Liverpool. Football logic, football maths,
Correct.
ipso facto. Arsenal are better than Liverpool. Well done, lads.
They are also averaging more than 1 point a game, which means they should be safe.
Thank God.
Because 40 points, you stay
Yeah.
up. If you're averaging more than 1 point a game in a 38-game season, you're going to end up on around 39
should be
points,
all right.
40 points. You're going to be safe, lads. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Your Premier League survival is safe.
It's not all that bad. You could have your record goal scorer and biggest legend refusing to watch them because he can't bear Granit Xhaka.
Oh, blimey.
Evra said this. If you were Henri, you'd be sat at home fuming at Evra, wouldn't you? You'd be like, that's one of the things. You're not meant to say that.
Henri's phone
You're
must
not meant
have
to say
pinged
that, mate.
off, mate.
Unbelievable. Imagine that. You come round to my house to watch United, and our captain walks on the pitch and you go, I can't watch Man United when he's captain. Turn it off. That's really bad, innit? And I know
never
you're
done
not the
that.
biggest fan of Maguire, but fuck me.
I've never done that. Talking about former players, Emmanuel Frimpong, stay dench. Get Frimpong, remember him? And
I do
Lee for B
remember him.
running around together.
Of course.
He's offered his services to Arsenal for
Wow.
free if they sell Xhaka.
Do you know what? It's a funny tweet, but they already got rid of him once, didn't they? So I'm not sure if he's going to be going back. But then again, they weren't 15th in the table when they got rid of him. They could do with someone.
Maybe they've fallen to his level now.
Exactly.
you know.
They didn't stay dench, but they've still managed to get frimponged. I'm not quite sure how that works, but they have. So unlucky Arsenal. Adam, can you believe Arsenal fans were allowed back in the game for one of the first times, and they were leaving early? Imagine, we've been waiting 10 months or 11 months to go and watch live football again, and you go, you know what, it's the 78th minute, I'm out of here. What the honest fuck is going on there?
Arsenal fans proper Cartman did it. Screw you guys. Yeah. I'm going home.
Yeah, exactly. Yannick Bolasie said, is there any crowd noise? I'm going to have to turn it back on Sky Sports. They weren't happy, Arsenal fans. But they're always the least happy fans anyway. Even when they're winning, even when they're doing well. They're still not happy.
No, but they do it to themselves. They do it to themselves. Don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do it to themselves.
Like, look at them. When Arteta came in, everyone else's manager was a PE teacher and now look at you.
They'd love a PE teacher for a manager now. They've got a geography teacher for a manager instead.
They have.
Unbelievable.
Right then, it's that time of the week again. Joe, last week you made it through to the second round of Better Than Arteta. You are one step away from getting to the semi-final of Better Than Arteta. And if you get to the final, you will be playing for the opportunity to manage Arsenal Football Club. Can you believe it? You could prove yourself to be better than Arteta. But today, we have a couple of questions for you that you must answer.
I'm fucking so ready, mate. I'm too hot.
How are the nerves?
Fucking shitting it, mate.
Now, remember, the Kindle, that's safe. Yeah?
Yes.
Kindle was bagged last week. Now, I've got some stats to help you out before you start. We know stats are your type of thing.
Yeah.
And we start with Arsenal's tally of 10 goals after 12 Premier League games is their lowest at this stage of a top flight season since 1981-82.
It's worth taking into account.
Before both of us was born.
Yeah.
8 goals they scored.
8 goals in 12 games.
So they've only scored 2 more now.
Oh, it's rough, innit?
That's with their captain on £300 million a week up front. Arsenal have also lost their last 4 home Premier League games, their worst top-flight run at home since December 1959. That is what I would call Arteta ball. Correct?
Yeah. I'm trying to be all serious here and you're making me laugh.
Now, last week, I asked you, was Sean Dyche better than Arteta? You answered. You answered. You answered.
Better than Arteta.
Okay. And you were right. Yesterday, he proved that he was better than Arteta.
This is right. Just a quick behind the curtain here. This has all been sort of as we go along, just going along with it. This has worked out so well, hasn't it? They've never won. Sean Dyche is actually better, and he proved it this week. Could it be any better?
You see, when people say to me, "How did I get where I am?" I've blagged the living.
Lucky
we're
boys.
just blagging our living. These things just fall into place. Arsenal, without you, we are nothing. The managers that we use today spouse WAP. Arteta's got WAP, hasn't he?
Weird ass points total, you know. Whack ass points total. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yes. So the first question today, Neil Warnock. Is he better than Arteta? I have to remind you and those at home, you have 30 seconds to answer.
That's so long. Such a long time. Start the clock. 30 seconds. It's a one sentence answer. But I'm gonna, you know what?
So is Neil Warnock?
Think about it. Neil Warnock, I think he's been promoted 8 times in his career.
Current manager of Middlesbrough?
Current manager of Middlesbrough, who are a big side.
Big
side. Arteta never won anything, never managed anyone before. Neil Warnock is better than Arteta. Get that first one out of the way.
That's that first one in the bag.
Get that first one out of the way.
We are a step closer. Right, the A in WAP.
Ass.
It is ass, but it's also Sam Allardyce. Also known as Sam Allardyce in the Bolton area.
Also known as Big Sam.
Also known as Big Sam. Also known as drinks wine out of fucking pint glasses, Sam. Sam Allardyce, former disgrace England manager. former Bolton Wanderers manager. Is Sam Allardyce better than Arteta?
Adam, I'm not even going to have to think about it. He's better than Arteta.
Hey! He's got it in the bag, mate. Oh, the nerves are building in the studio. Right, so down to the final question of today's show. Remember, you get this one right, you're through to next week's semi-final. And one step close. Oh, he is nervous.
I'm nervous, mate.
And one step closer to that opportunity of managing Arsenal. Now, Arsenal FC, Arsenal Football Club. Now, the final question and the completion of our WAP is Pardew. Alan Pardew, former manager of West Ham, Newcastle, Crystal Palace.
Sure.
Is Alan Pardew better than Arteta? 30 seconds on the clock. Silence in the
Arteta's
audience.
biggest achievement is getting to the FA Cup final. Admittedly, he won it, but Pardew's also done that. Pardew also finished, was it his 5th or 6th with Newcastle?
5th.
Got a fucking 8-year contract, 10-year, 20-year contract, whatever it was.
Is he better than
Got longer in the
Arteta?
game. That great dance they did on the touchline. I know we ended up beating him. Actually, that makes me like him even more. Adam, I'm going to say that Pardew's better than Arteta. Lock it in.
That is locked in. Now, you've got your Kindle.
That's safe.
That's safe. Joe Smith. You're through to the next Incredible achievement! Oh, incredible achievement! Congratulations to Joe Smith. He is through to next week's semi-final, where we will find out who is better than Arteta. Is this man better than Arteta? He could be going to the Arsenal job and be at the Emirates very soon. Thank you to this amazing studio audience. Thank you to you guys at home. Stay tuned. For now, we're out of here. Oh, that hit my neck. Have I got red?
Yeah, you have actually. No, you haven't.
Oh, blimey.
Sorry, Cam, you're not a bitch.